have you ever had to make a tough decision in life? What's the process that you went through to do that? I think here in Luke chapter 6, verse 12, Jesus is modeling a healthy process for us to go through when we are making tough decisions. He's about to choose his 12 apostles. You might say the select few that are going to get just total access to who Jesus is while he's here on earth, and just really pour into these guys and go deep with them and explain the whole concept of salvation in Christianity and how this is all going to happen. And it's going to be on their shoulders to spread it to the rest of the world. So he's making this really big decision, but I love what he does here. In the very first verse there, 6:12, it says, one day soon afterward, Jesus went up to a mountain to pray, and he prayed to God all night. And I as I'm thinking through this, and I think this really is where Jesus' humanity and his divinity are really highlighted. Because, as a human, when we're making this decision of the people, we want to surround ourselves with, we're going to pick the ones that we think things will go well with, right? It'll benefit us, and they'll be around to support us. But yet, as I read this list of names here, Simon, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, Simon, Judas, son of James, and the last one, Judas Iscariot, who will later betray him, right? Jesus picks Judas Iscariot knowing that down the road, obviously, it's going to lead to a lot of pain and suffering for him personally as a human. And that's kind of what I want to zero in on here is God's will versus our will. Often we make these decisions based on the facts that we know and, how things we think are going to play out. And we make a decision and say, hey, God, will you jump on board with my plan? Will you bless my plan? But Jesus here is showing the fact that in his humanity, he's going to God and saying, God the Father, I need your wisdom. What decision do you want me to make? What puts me in line with you, with what you've got going on? And obviously, God picks these solid guys that are going to, give it all after Jesus dies and is resurrected to spread the gospel to the ends of the earth. We know that. But he also picks this other guy that, maybe he's not on board with that mission, but without God's wisdom, without God's knowledge of God's plan and how it would play out, without this guy, there wouldn't be any Christianity. Jesus had to go to the cross that we might be saved. And so God's plan was not comfortable for Jesus as a human, but necessary for Jesus in his divinity, that he might save us all from sin and we might be able to live with God forever in eternity. And that would be available to everyone as full payment for their sins. And, you think about the decisions we make so casually without even going to God. I think every little minor thing, we definitely could invite him in. I know I, for one, am terrible at that, right? I mean, we just all go through life, you might say, doing the best we can, but I think we could do better with God on our side, God in our plan from the very start. I mean, before he even made this decision, he was up literally all night praying. And I don't think he was praying out of worry or couldn't sleep. It was genuinely, hey, God, I need your guidance, your wisdom. Will you please reveal that to me? And again, modeling that for us, that we might be able to live that out every day. That's where I'm going to leave it this week. I just want to remind you that we are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway every single day while the cars are here on track. So we're doing our best to minister to this community, encourage them, and we just invite you to partner with us and just spend some time with us, just helping this community out, man. We just love them, and we love the fact that you join us here every week. And we'll catch you next week on Wednesday Wisdom.